Hello, I am Noel and welcome back. If you have just finished watching the introductory video about Foxes on Fire, then you already know that this is the movement. This movement is all about helping you and many others to turn pain into divine purpose. Now, in this video, I will walk you through a powerful tool that I've called the FIRE framework. This is a 4-step process to help you transform even your most painful experiences into something deeply meaningful and life-giving. Now, everything I've shared in this video is at the heart of my book. This book is called Foxes on Fire: Turning Pain into Purpose. Now, let us recap a little bit. Yeah? What is pain? By pain or fire, what do we actually mean? Now, pain can be defined in 4 letters, and these letters spells fire. First is fierce. This pain comes suddenly and shakes everything you ever knew. And R is involuntary. It means we cannot choose it. The pain, the adversity we are talking about here as fire, you don't choose it. It just happens to you. Okay? You don't choose it, it chooses you. And then R is for relentless. The fire we're talking about, the pain is the pain not only that is intense, but it lingers longer than you would like, and you cannot control it. But also is E. The E is for ending. No matter how painful your experience might be, they will never last forever. They have got a time bracket. Okay? Your pain is for a season and for a reason. And through it, something powerful will be born. And that is your purpose. So, although your pain is going to be brief, but the ramifications, the impact of your purpose can last and will last a lifetime. Now, let us start with a very simple but powerful question. What is purpose? Before we turn our pain into purpose, I want us to define what purpose is all about. Now, purpose is using your personal resources to do something deliberately, consistently, and sacrificially to solve chronic problems, meet the need, or offer support that improves not only your life, but the lives of many others. Now, by personal resources, I mean your experiences, I'm talking about your skills, I'm talking about your gifts, I'm talking about your talents, I'm talking about even your faith. So you use them to do something that is very deliberate, consistently, and you do that sacrificially to solve a chronic problem, meeting a need, or offer support that improves not only your life, but the life of many, many others. Now, a very good example of purpose or turning your pain into purpose is like discovery of a new drug, for example, or therapy for a deadly disease like cancer, or it can be the invention of a business model or product that makes people live a healthier, wealthier, and even happier lives. It can be starting a charity, small charity to support a group of people, or it can be writing a devotional to inspire those people who are going through grief, like I'm doing right now. Or it can be as something small as volunteering to support children with special needs, for example, or a charity shop. All those are purposes. You're using your time, you're using your talent to help not only yourself, but others. Now, but here's the key. Here is the key. Pain is not your purpose. But it can provide guidance. It gives you the tools. It gives you the power for your purpose. Put it differently, pain points, prepares, and powers you for your purpose. Now, pain reveals what matters to you. It sharpens your compassion. It gives you the language, the authority, and the credibility to help others. Purpose turns your personal fire into force for good in the world. Okay? Now, I mentioned earlier that I've got a fire framework, 4 steps that can help you how to turn your pain into purpose. Now, the first step, which is the fire, in the fire framework, the first step is fuel. By fuel, I mean you want to identify. This is the stage where you identify your purpose from your pain. You let your pain, you are listening to your pain to tell you what is your purpose. Now, to do that, you need to ask yourself a couple of questions. Question number 1, ask yourself, what hurts me the most? Number 2, if I had the power, what one problem would I solve? If I had all the powers in the world and I have been given one opportunity to change or to solve just one problem, what will it be? Now, for someone, for you, for example, it might be to raise children with special needs, meaning the thing that has hurt you the most, the thing that has really, really inflicted the most intense pain in your life is, raising children with special needs alone. Maybe you are abandoned by their father, left you alone to raise the kids all by yourself. And that pain made you feel abandoned, made you feel invisible or overwhelmed. Now, but that pain is your fire. It can be turned into a mission. Now, before you turn into a mission, now you want to feel. You want to say, okay, I really don't want anyone, any single mom to feel this one or to feel this way alone. So your purpose might be is to help others find strength. By others, I mean single moms, to find strength, faith, and practical tools. You want to empower single mothers to experience God's love, build their lives, and raise thriving children. Now, that is a very, very, very divine goal. It's a very noble mission. But the next question must be, what resources do I have to begin? Remember, you're supposed to use your own personal resources, not just collecting money from everywhere. You need to start always with what you have. Now, what skills do you have? Now, for you, for example, it might be your story, the very experience. You can start with just telling your story, or your skills, or your faith, your heart, for example, the empathy you have developed as a result of you going through what you have been through. It might be education, for example. You might hold a degree of social health care, and this can be handy. It might come really handy because this gives you the perspective. It gives you the practical tools on how you can help and empower others. Now, these tools, they become your fuel that drives your purpose. The next stage is inspire. The next step is to inspire. Now, by inspire, this means letting God guide your next move. You need an inspiration. You are not supposed to rush. Don't rush. Take time to pray. Worship. Connect with God. Listen to what God is telling you. Let emotion turn into vision in God's presence. Don't rush. Remember, great solutions are born in sacred spaces. Some of the world's most impactful people, like King Solomon, you can remember in the Bible, or Isaac Newton, the greatest scientist ever lived, they all turned to God in their adversity for inspiration to receive creative ideas. They were resilient. Not only they received creative ideas, but they received resilience. They received the vision. They received the power. Okay, why do we need to go to God? Why do we need to worship? By worshiping, we connect with God. And when we connect with God, we get inspiration. God gives us more ideas, what need to be done. Because remember, this is God's purpose for you. Nobody knows your purpose more than God. Okay, so you need to listen to him. What is he saying about you and your pain? Okay, and remember, that is one, you need inspiration, but two, you need the power. You need the divine power. You need resilience. You need to be persistent. All that comes from God. So you need to learn how to connect with God for you, not only you, and for your purpose to be of success. Now, this is a very, very important, it's one of the key stages of turning your pain into purpose, because this is the power, this is the fuel itself. Now, that is why I've taken my time to, in my book, for example, obviously, there is a step by step. I've got so much more to talk about this particular stage. But in the end, I did make a small video about worship. And that video is about worship protocol. It takes you step by step on how you can worship and how you can connect with God. That video, the title of that video is The Best Worship Experience. It is on our YouTube channel. Yeah? Okay, now let's move to the next stage. The next stage is refine. Now that inspiration is flowing. Yeah, you have had your God and you are really buzzing. You cannot wait to go. You are on fire. But you don't need to just run. It is time to refine. You are supposed to turn your mission, your ideas, your inspiration into clear, practical plan. You're supposed to turn your plan, your ideas into what we call SMART goals or SMART plan. By SMART, we mean it has to be specific, it has to be measurable, it has to be something you can measure, it has to be something that is achievable, and it has to be realistic and time specific. Now, and a good example of turning your mission, for example, yeah, your mission is to inspire your, single moms, yeah, who are raising their kids alone. Now, a very good example of a SMART plan or a SMART goal can go like this. By June the 1st, I will launch a 4-week online support group for single mothers of children with special needs. And in that case, I want to enroll at least 10 participants through outreach in Facebook groups and churches. Now, that goal is loaded. First, it is very specific. Why? You have got a specific date in mind. It is supposed to be, it is specific. The program is going to be for 4 weeks. It involves single moms. And then you want to enroll at least 10 people. Okay? And all that is realistic. You can achieve it. Yeah. Why? Because you have got all the resources that you need to start. Okay? Now, that is a very, very, very smart goal. But once you have come out, yeah, you have devised your SMART goal, you have turned your ideas into a SMART plan, then you need to start. By starting, I mean you need to start small. By small, I mean you need to test it. You need to do kind of a pilot program, a pilot study, so to speak. You test it, you ask for feedback, and then you stay flexible. You listen, yeah, you tweak a little bit, and then you start. Before you start big time, before the start day, the launching day, you have to do a bit of practice. Yeah, you need to do a bit of rehearsal, if you like. Okay? Now, once you have done that, then you jump into the last phase, which is execution. You execute your plan. Okay? Don't wait for the plan to be perfect. Many people take too long. You want to stay there. I'm not ready. And because you're not perfect. No, you know what? Great plans do start small. You start from where you are at. It is not perfect. Yes, nothing is perfect. Just start. Launch even if it's messy. Maybe that's starting a WhatsApp support group. Yeah, you can film a short video, for example. Use your mobile phone. Use whatever you have. Don't go and borrow money. Don't use resources that you don't have. Start small. Be practical. Be pragmatic. Yeah, you can start maybe by printing 10 copies of your story and handing them out. Yeah, you can start with talking with one person. Okay, but one thing is very important. You need to start small, yeah, but you have to be consistent. Once you have decided that I'm going to start on that particular day and that I'm going to start this way by telling my own story, yeah, maybe once a week, do that consistently. Consistency is more important than what you do. The best result you ever encounter in your life is what you are going to do consistently. It's not a matter of how impactful one thing you do at one point in time, but it is in the consistency. The secret of greatness is hidden in what you do in a consistent basis. So start. You can dream big, but always start small. There is one mistake that many people make is that they always have big dreams and they always want to start big. They want to start with a flash. No, don't rattle feathers. It's okay to have big dreams, but always start small. What I've just shared in a nutshell in this short video is the heartbeat of Foxes on Fire. Yeah, Foxes on Fire as a book, but Foxes on Fire as a movement. You can download the book free, and as well, remember, you can sponsor someone. Yeah, you can sponsor someone, and by someone I mean the people who need God's love the most, the people who need help in their pain. Yeah, but they cannot afford it, or for some reason they cannot have access to it. I'm talking about people who are in the rehab, in the recovery centers. I'm talking about homeless people in the homeless shelters. Yeah, I'm talking about prisoners, people who are in prison. My personal mission is to make sure these inspirational videos and mostly my book, get into the hands of people who need the most. Yeah, so you can help out. You can help out by donating £10. If you donate £10, you are going to get your own hard copy, and then you will help somebody else to get their hard copy. Yeah, so you can do that. You can download that. You can download online, or you can also donate online by scanning the QR code here or by following the link there. Now, lastly, let me tell you, you are not forgotten. You are a fox on fire. Now go and turn your pain into purpose. Turning your pain into purpose. You were shaped in the fire, but you are not a victim. You are a visionary. You are a healer. You are a leader. Let your fire become a revolution of hope.